Raider Nation, what's going on? Good morning. We got some breaking news. The Las Vegas Raiders have gone out and extended wide receiver Hunter Renfrow. All I want you guys to do real quick is go ahead and like the video because this is the news that we knew was going to happen. Renfrow, since the day he was drafted in 2019, has been a reliable target. He's been a fan favorite. He's been an amazing addition to the Raiders. And when you talk about some of these building block pieces of the future, a Max Crosby, for example, the Raiders extended him. Now they went and extended Hunter Renfrow. It is a 2-year deal worth $32 million with $21 million in guaranteed dollars. So please, y'all, go down in the comments right now. Let me know how you guys are feeling, but please like the video. So what you're going to be seeing here is, I understand I'm at home. It's early. Today's actually one of my off days because I'm traveling out to Las Vegas tomorrow for an awesome event for with Jonathan Hankins. We're going to do a competitive burger eating contest. But this is the tweet that came across today. It was, the Raiders are signing Pro Bowl, love hearing that, wide receiver Hunter Renfrow on a 2-year, $32 million extension, including $21 million in guaranteed, sources tell Ian Rappaport. So when you hear 2 years, $32 million, I want you to think of a deal that most recently went down with the Rams and Cooper Kupp. And I'm not really sitting up here trying to compare Cooper Kupp and Hunter Renfrow. What I am comparing, though, is the differences of the deals. So when you look at Kupp's, he's getting $25 million a year, but it's a 3-year deal, $75 million. The reason why this deal for Renfrow is an interesting one is because it's 2 years, and he still has 1 year left. So essentially, he has an easier opportunity to get a new deal. And the reason why that's important is because when you go and you look at all these new contracts that the Raiders made, whether it was a Derek Carr, his was essentially a 1-year prove-it deal, or you can look at it as a 3-year deal. Same with Davante Adams. When you look at Davante Adams' deal, it's a 3-year deal. So for me, I see them saying, okay, we have long-term options with Derek Carr. We have a long-term option with Davante Adams. It's going to be curious what they do with Darren Waller, so they can get a deal done with Hunter and then worry about those guys at a later date instead of putting themselves in a interesting situation this offseason where they had all these big-time players. It's not a bad thing. Get big-time contracts. Max Crosby, 4 years, $98. Davante Adams, 5 years, getting $28 million a year. Derek Carr, 3 years, $120. So a lot of different types of deals, and I like the way that they structured it. So when you hear 2 years, $32 million, it's an average of $16 million a year, and then you got to throw in the $21 million guaranteed. Combine that with his contract of $2.62 million. I'm going to try to do math here off the top of my head early. But essentially, you're looking at $35.5 million over 3 years. That's less than $12 million over the next 3 years for Renfrow, which I think everyone watching right now is like, yeah, that's a pretty good deal. So what's the Raiders report all about? I want you to go down in the comments section right now, and I want you to grade the deal for Hunter Renfrow. 2 years, $32 million. Let me know down in the comments. My grade is going to be a B+. I don't want to give it an A plus because I did think $16 million per year was a little bit over what I personally projected. I will say this, though. In my projection videos that I did around Hunter, I had him getting either a 4-year contract extension. I had him getting either a 3-year contract extension. The 4-year deal, I had him making about, I believe, $11 million per year. The 3-year contract extension, I had him making $13. I do want to pat myself on the back a little bit because I've always said that he was going to get $21 million, and I based that off of a lot of other slot receivers that got some extra deals. Now, I don't want to sit up here and say that I don't like the deal for Hunter. That's not what I'm getting at all. I'm a tough grader. A for me is the best deal that you possibly could have gotten for the Raiders. B is a good deal. It is a good deal for Hunter. It is a good deal for the Raiders. And $16 million for Renfrow, a season where, he's coming off a year where he had 103 grabs, 1,038 yards, and 9 touchdowns. But it's not only just those stats. Renfrow stepped up for the Raiders when the whole Henry Ruggs situation happened, right? It sucks to say it, but he did. And That's what you love to see out of a young player. But the fact that this guy had 103 catches, he had a catch rate at 80.5%. Y'all, that's unbelievable when you consider the amount of targets that he had. If you're bringing in 128 targets, a catch rate of 80.5, like that's usually what running backs get, and those are small, intermediate check down routes. The year before that, 56 catches, 656 yards, 2 touchdowns. As a rookie, 49 grabs, 605 yards, 4 touchdowns. But it's not only the catches. It's not only the yards. It's not only the touchdowns. Y'all know probably what I'm going to go with here. It's third and Renfrow. The Raiders look for him, especially DC, on first down. So now, when you have Davante Adams, you have Darren Waller. If your third option is Renfrow, who had 51 first downs last season, that's very impressive. And it's just another reason, man, that this offense continues to build and it continues to build. So I know I'm not at the studio. I apologize for that. I woke up literally just like a few minutes ago, honestly, and I saw the news. I was like, oh, shit. I'm going to hop on here, make a quick little video, talk to you guys about my thoughts, everything going into this Renfrow extension. But this is just another reason to subscribe to the Raiders Report. Please hit that big red button. Turn on those notifications. That way you don't miss a thing. I got another video coming out in a few hours today, and I want you guys to see it, check it out. I think you're going to like it a lot. It's Raiders minicamp winners and losers. I personally know for a fact that a lot of y'all are really, really going to like it. So seriously, hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. So when you talk about Renfrow getting his deal today, I'm excited for him. And I'm looking forward to what he's going to be able to do going forward, because you see all these stories out there like Renfrow's the most underappreciated player on the Raiders. He doesn't get the type of love that he deserves. Renfrow is a phenomenal route runner, and he is a route running technician, which makes me very curious of what type of season he's going to have this season. I do want to say this. I don't think he has over 100 catches again. I know, I'm a terrible person. I imagine he's going to have over 1,000 yards. He might not get to 9 touchdowns. And that's not because Renfrow is going to be less of a player. There's just more mouths to feed, right? There's only one football going around. And I'm going to anticipate Davante Adams leads the team in targets. I'm hoping that Darren Waller is healthy the entire season. That's going to take targets away from Renfrow. But when you go back, you look at a lot of the great Josh McDaniel offenses, and you're probably like, yo, we were waiting for Mitch to compare Hunter Renfrow to all the other white slot receivers in Josh McDaniels' offenses, but it's true. And McDaniels himself has said it. Hell, Hunter Renfrow, he has said it recently, where you go and you look at Wes Welker, you look at the Danny Amendolas, you look at the Julian Edelmans of these regimes, and the reason why we bring those players up is because the players were very, very successful in whatever offense that McDaniels instilled. I mean, hell, let's go look at some of these years from Wes Welker, where a lot of people don't realize this, but Welker's first few seasons in Miami, they were disastrous. The dude barely even played. Like, he had a career-high 687 yards and 1 touchdown his first 3 years in the NFL at Miami. Then he hops on all over to the New England Patriots, and in 2007 had 112 catches, 1,175 yards, 8 touchdowns. The following year, 111 catches. The following year, 123 catches. The following year, 86 grabs. Following year, 122. Following year, 111. But that 111 was with Peyton Manning. Or no, those are targets. Excuse me. 118 was his final year in New England. All I'm saying is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 6 years, Wes Welker had over 100 catches. Very, very impressive. Now, when you look at Julian Edelman, because the way that this offense, I believe, is going to work is going to be a lot similar to when Edelman was more established. And what I mean by that is Waller has been talking about how he's been watching more tape on Rob Gronkowski. I don't like bringing up Aaron Hernandez's name, but Darren Waller, and from an athletic standpoint, is very similar to Hernandez, and you're going to see a lot of 2 tight end sets here. So for Julian Edelman in 2013, 105 catches, 1,056 yards, 6 touchdowns. I don't know if he's going to put up that type of production, but this year in 2014, I could see being a realistic possibility. 92 catches, 972 yards, 4 touchdowns, and then 50 first downs. That's how you're going to see McDaniels. That's how you're going to see this offense really try to get Hunter Renfrow rocking and rolling going forward. So when you hear some of these stats, when you hear me talk about Renfrow, how about this? I want you to go down to the comments right now, and I want you to predict Hunter Renfrow stats for 2022. So let me know how many receptions, how many yards, how many touchdowns. Be an overachiever, and let me know how many first downs. So with Renfrow getting the new deal, I figured I'd go ahead, make a video here. Somebody's going to get mad at me for saying that, but it's all good. So for Renfrow, really good player, really excited for him. I'm excited that the Raiders are doing all these awesome deals, and I anticipated Renfrow to get his contract extension next. Not really too surprising. Davante Adams on Thursday after day 3 of minicamp said he's been around a lot of 4-year wide receivers, and Renfrow is the most intelligent, the most smartest one that he's ever been around. Also, you can go back a few months, DC, when all these Deebo Samuel rumors are going down. Carr was like, Deebo's a hell of a player, but that money that we're going to use it towards Hunter. And the Raiders have that extra, they're in third in salary cap space, $22.5 million. They got that extra money, $19.75 from Corey Littleton and Carl Nassib. And everyone was like, well, when are they going to go out and sign a free agent? When are they going to make this move? When are they going to make that move? And it was always going to be Hunter Renfrow first, Darren Waller, I believe, second. So now, well, the real question is, what type of figures is Waller going to get? Because if Renfro's getting a 2-year deal, I'm really curious to see what type of contract extension they give Darren Waller. Do they give him a 1-year extension and then just give him extra raises on his other deal? Do they do the exact same thing, give him a 2-year contract extension and then slap another 2 years on? But the fact that Renfrow went for a 2-year, I am really, really interested to see what Waller's going to end up getting. So, because I've been anticipating Waller to get the highest paid contract for tight ends in NFL history in terms of money per year. I have him getting a 3-year, $16 million per year, $48 million contract. But if you slap that on to his other 2 years, you're talking about 5 years, $62 million. He's making $12.5 million, which is, or 12.4 is the technical math, which is not even top 5, top 6, top 7 money from the longevity standpoint. So Waller's going to be the next one. I'm happy that Hunter got his payday this morning. I don't know about y'all. It was a good way to wake up on Friday. If anything else happens, I will do my best to keep you up to date. You probably heard me tease earlier on in the show that I'm going to be out in Las Vegas, and that is a Correctamundo, me, Jonathan Hankins, burger eating contest at Barcode Burger. The link I can verbally say, it's chatsports.com/burgers. It's all over my social media. It's all over my Instagram, Twitter, so you can go check it out there at Mitchell Renz 365. This event's going to go to the Just One Project that helps out families who don't have enough money or don't have the resources to be able to provide simple basic needs like putting food, putting drinks on their table. There's going to be a lot of other Raiders players there. We're talking about Bilal Nichols. We're talking about Andre James, Jalen Richard, Kendall Vickers, Neil Farrell Jr. I don't know if I said his name already. And then there's going to be autographs. There's going to be pictures. There's going to be signings. It's going to be a really, really cool event. And I'm going to beat Jonathan Hankins in a burger eating contest. I'm telling y'all right now. I know I'm a small guy, but I can really, really fill my stomach up big time. And now the Giants, they just signed Keelan Doss, so that's kind of cool. Good for Keelan getting a contract out there. All right, y'all. I'm getting ready to get the hell out of here. Appreciate everyone who tuned in today. Again, sorry for no graphics, but I wanted to be able to make a video on my off day around Hunter Renfrow getting extended.